Hi everyone, this is George, and welcome to Project Sote's podcast. Today I'll be having a very special guest with me. Lucinda Strachan, who is an artist with the English National Ballet, will be joining me in this podcast. Hi Lucinda.
Hi.
So I know that you have your own side skirt business. It's called Ballet Skirts by Lucinda, right?
Yeah.
So today I'd like to chat to you a little bit about how you are managing this side business while being a professional ballet dancer, and why do you think having a side business is so important?
Yeah. Well, I think it's very important for us, especially when we're at this age. I'm like 23. I'm not going to ask your age on a podcast. But like we're both quite young, and especially with the amount of competition that we have in our industry. And I think just how busy the world's business is getting.
Yes.
It like everything, not just our business, but everything is so competitive that you need to kind of have backups in all manners of life.
Backup do you mean by having something to fall back if you are injured or if you retire one day?
Yeah, exactly. So I originally started the business actually when I left school.
What year was that? Did you start the business?
I started it in 2016. So I left school in 2016, and originally I actually didn't have a job. And so I filled the month or 2 months or however long it was until I started at ENB. I basically just was shopping with my mother and we went into a fabric shop, and I just saw this really pretty chiffon. I just thought, why does no one make like skirts like this? Because I was really, really into colour. I still am, and I always have been.
But are you a person who loves skirts when you're at school, or is it just something that you pick up from being a professional?
At school, I really loved them. I think I just loved all manners of colour, and
you have to wear uniform, so.
Well, I went to dance works a lot in London, so I would do open classes, and I enjoyed that sort of, I guess, element of dressing up. I had like quite a lot of private lessons as well when I was in school, so there was an opportunity to
wear something
wear
nice.
It all, and I liked. Yeah, I think also it almost made it more important to have that when you're wearing uniform the whole week, is to have something that's a bit more unique, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. So I found this fabric and I loved it, and I thought, well, all these big brands, they don't really have anything unique. At the time, I was doing company auditions, and I would go into auditions, and like 3 girls would have the same skirt, and some would have like the same leotards as well.
Oh God!
And it's not just embarrassing like on a regular sort of level.
When you go to audition, you kind of want to look your best and be different from other people, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. And the problem is, I think, is that everyone takes the thing that is, I guess, the most beautiful. So there was this one leotard that year from, I think it was Grishko, that everyone had, and I bought it as well. And I never wore it for an audition just because of that. I saw everyone wear it, and the problem is because it was the most beautiful one, everyone did wear it. And anyway, so I wanted something that was a bit different. I thought, well, if I make a skirt from this, I know for a fact no one else is going to have it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that was kind of how it started. And at first we asked a family friend of ours actually if she knew sort of how we'd make up a skirt. She used to be a seamstress, so she sort of showed us like how she would do it. And from that, like, we designed like some templates. We sort of made the very first designs of it, I guess. And then we thought, actually, this might work. And we thought at first, like, just a really small, like, side business, just something to sort of, like, in a little project. And then it sort of grew. So obviously we didn't, the family friend she had her own jobs. We actually then found I'm going to say, like, professional seamstress who's actually retired, but was an ex haute couture house seamstress. So she would design pieces for catwalks and things of like these really big brands in Paris and stuff.
Wow.
And now she's retired, but she still does, individual like pieces, and people will request her work to make a specific piece for a catwalk show or whatever. So we got in contact with her, and we sent off to maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 different people from a website we found online, searching for craftsmen, and just her work just stood out like miles and miles above the others, and we just thought, well, she's incredible.
You have to work with her, yeah.
And so she is amazing, and ever since we've not looked back, the quality of what she does, it's just, I still can't get over it. I look at it and I just think, wow, we're so lucky to have someone who can do this. I've never, we saw the full range of abilities from that initial, I guess, audition period we did, and just I've never come across the sort of work that she does, anyone like it. But yeah, so she lives in Somerset, and she makes every single one of the skirts.
Wow. So, like, actually, before knowing your side business, I actually thought you make those skirts. So I was like, how does Lucinda make those skirts while her busy schedule with EMB? Like, I was like, how?
Yeah, I mean,
now I understand. Like, you have a special lady who...
We have a seamstress. I mean, I think the most time-consuming bit is it's the running the social media and the designing, which is the designing of the website, and sort of coming up with all these new ideas
with the website things?
Yeah, that's all me. Everything you see kind of on the social media, on the website, all the new designs. That's all me, and then we just send the designs off to the seamstress, and she just does whatever. We also source all the fabric, which is a huge 450 fabrics and counting.
Wow.
Yeah, there's
her house must be stacked with fabrics.
Oh, actually, I mean, so our seamstress, she has a spare room, and instead of us sending, limits to loads and loads of fabrics to her, we just would send bulk to her, and she keeps it in her spare room. And
perfect. That's perfect.
And since it's all happening, she said, with her like a salary that she's kind of received from us, they built a new extension.
Wow.
Because the actual extension room that they had has now been filled with skirts. So she had to build a second extension paid for by everything in the first extension, which is quite funny.
Well, that just means your business is doing so well that she can actually get another extension room.
Yeah, I mean, it took off in quite a big way, I guess, and especially in the last couple of years, it grew exponentially, and I think I understood a lot. I was never really a social media-y kind of person. I wasn't doing lots of posts and all this Instagrammer influencer stuff. That wasn't my thing, and so I think getting used to
posting
what
every
works
day
and what doesn't. Posting every day takes a lot of work, and it's usually, I do it like how I manage it with the job is I have an hour commute to work, because I live on one side of London and I work on the other, and so on that hour journey I do like the day's work, I guess. And I do stuff through the day as well, but that's my time, sort of the hour there and the hour back, so I can get the bulk of stuff done for the next day, and then I can just click post and it'll all be done. But then I also have my mother, who is incredible, working behind the scenes as a partner and as a lot of the logistics.
What kind of job does she do? Because you do all the social media, and someone do the skirt. So what's her role?
So it's most of it is like set and packaging up things and sending, and a lot of, so I mean, especially when I have full days and stuff, and we'll get a big batch of orders and they need to go out the next day, instead of making people wait for the weekend until I have time to do it, she very lovingly spends hours putting sequins into bags.
That's nice.
And leaflets, and
and with a bit of sparkle in the back,
with a bit of sparkle, and and I we handwrite notes and stuff, so they're all sort of like pre-done and put into the packages as well, so we try and make it really personal.
No, I do feel it, because I recently bought a skirt from you for my girlfriend, and she loved it, wearing it every day.
Oh, really?
And she loved the sparkle.
Oh,
it's very personal. Like it's like we know you already, like it's very nice feeling when we received the
I think
package.
we wanted to make it really unique, you know? We wanted to make it something that you don't get from like the high street brands and what I'm going to call also like
big
fast
brands.
fashion.
Yeah.
Big brands,
Very
fast
cold.
fashion, stuff that, yeah. And I think especially something, you know, you're not going to buy hundreds of skirts. I mean, maybe some people might like to, and I'm not going to object.
Yeah.
But I know from my personal experience, you buy a few, but you want them to be really special so that you want to wear them over and over again with different leotards and with your favorite things, and you want it to be something that you find special that can jazz up, you know, what could be a very plain outfit or leotard, I guess. Yeah.
So how many country like are you shipping to? Like who is your audience?
All over really. We've sent some very far off distant places. So obviously all throughout Europe, all throughout America. We sent to South America. We sent a lot of different places in Asia.
Oh wow!
I think obviously Australia.
Furthest.
Everywhere. I think the furthest must be Australia. You know, geographically.
That is far.
We did have some obscure ones, I suppose. I think we sent one to Jakarta recently, which was
wow.
in Indonesia, and a couple to Israel, and a couple to like the furthest stretches of Russia, and
so it's really worldwide, eh?
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, it sort of I think is stretched worldwide now. I think it's sort of gone everywhere.
That's amazing.
Fiji, I think we sent a couple to
Fiji as well.
And I just thought, I mean, imagine being able to just do ballet on a beach in Fiji.
Oh, that would be amazing.
I would love to have a picture of that, actually. I think it'd be great.
So we kind of touched base on the business side, but why do you think it's important? Because it's you can have something to fall back, or there's something more.
Yeah, I think also having something which is not just a distraction, but something which can give you another focus. So maybe if you're getting particularly stressed or there's a really hard performance or something going on, it takes your mind away from it. It's like another, even though it's still ballet, it's not, that far off, but it's something we're not used to working with is business. Like we're very much like physical workers. We work with our body. We work with things that we almost have control over, that then to work in this completely different, I suppose it's also much more mainstream kind of business. It's weird, but it makes you understand also a lot of, I don't know, consumer mentality and psychology and stuff like that, which I also find interesting. But also I think it's just important, just in case you get injured, in case you decide you want to pursue something else. I mean, for me personally, it's provided like so many life skills that, that not necessarily that I would like know that I had to learn, if that makes sense. Like things that I didn't really realize I didn't know until I found out.
You kind of learn throughout the way.
Yeah, so many things. I think also I think everyone at some point should work in like some sort of customer service, customer relations thing, because I think it teaches you how to talk to people. I know it's a really stupid thing, but I feel it's something which we lose quite a lot.
As a ballet dancer or as a performer?
Not just as a performer, but I think just, this is going to get really deep now. Like just in like society, I think we spend so much time almost isolating ourselves on phones and on work and things like that. So, I mean, I actually really enjoy it. It provides like a common ground for you to talk to people. So we'll start off talking about skirts. Someone will ask me if they can get a skirt matched to this leotard, and I'll say, oh yeah, send me a picture, and then we'll have a conversation.
Oh, I actually have a story to tell everyone, because I was finding the skirt for my girlfriend, and I messaged you.
Yeah.
And then you give me all the options. It was amazing, because I have no idea what skirt will match some leotard.
Yeah.
I have no idea. It was a big help. Yeah.
It was almost a necessity, because there was so much choice that some people just get overwhelmed and then just or look through the fabrics for hours, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I was overwhelmed
Yeah.
watching the
So
website.
but I do enjoy like helping people find that, because obviously I know every inch of the business, you know, and
Yeah.
I like to help guide people, and also just after that we'll end up having a chat usually. I mean, we ended up doing this podcast, and we sort of I've talked to so many different people, and like how, say, adult ballerinas who I think correct recreational dancers who aren't, they aren't intending on being professional. They're, maybe like after their work, after having children, they want to do something physical, so they start ballet again after like
Mm.
15, 20 years. And so many people have come to me saying, this is my first skirt ever, and they're maybe like 60 years old, and they're joining ballet class, and they want something to make them feel special and unique and confident, and that makes me feel so good that I can
Yeah.
help them with that, and that I can give someone the confidence that way,
Yeah.
and also because of the range we have as well, where you can find something that really matches that person, like really, really just is so unique to them. So but yeah, I just enjoy talking to people. That's why I enjoy doing the customer
Well, I
service
guess
thing. And I can have
you're.
a chat, and we'll get into like whole lifestyle conversations. I know so much about the lives of my customers, honestly.
I think it's great because since you're doing this business and you have perfect background for this business as well, because you as a ballet dancer, you also wear skirts, so you know
Yeah,
the best what looks good on people, what doesn't, and what color suits this leotard and sort
yeah,
of
and what looks good for
things.
auditions as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
That's very
that's
important
a
as
comment. I
well.
do have a lot of people asking me sort of about, they're doing summer schools, they're doing auditions, like what would look good, and I know that some teachers, and they can be very picky about what they let their dancers wear. So I was
Yeah.
kind of aware of that, and so we designed like, say, like the SAB range of short skirts, like things which weren't patterned, which are plain, which, dancers could wear these things which are maybe a little bit more restricted as to what they could wear. It's still like a nice skirt, it's still a nice cut, but it's not
Hmm.
boring. So yeah, and I suppose having that background does help me in that, and also, so say I think of what I would want to wear, what would be what I wish someone made, and then I'll just make it. Or I'll design it
Yeah. You'll be the first customer for your own skirt.
yeah, no, I always am. I'm market tester, definitely. I'll come in. No, I'll come into work and they'll be like, "Oh, what's that?" And I'm like, "Oh, we're not actually selling them yet." But
It's a tester.
so there's a lot of dancers at the company who have things which aren't even out yet, actually.
Wow.
So they're my
Do they feel special that they're like the
my
first
willing
hand?
volunteers. No, yeah, I hope so. I mean, they all
Are
seem to
there many
often
people wearing
be
your
good.
skirt in English National Ballet?
Yeah, I mean, I think most
The
of
whole
them.
company.
That pretty much, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Over the years, I think everyone was just eager. I think dancers are usually very eager to support dancers as well. So especially when I was first starting it, I was really appreciative of how much support I got from the company, like the
Mm.
dancers, and the feedback also, which was great. They weren't, scared to say, "Oh,
To
would
tell
I be
you.
able to?" Yeah, or would you be able to do this kind of thing? Or they would give me inspiration,
Well, that's
Uh,
amazing. That you don't even need to think about it. You just receive all the feedbacks and report back.
yeah, no, exactly. And I think also it's like the best market research you could have. Like some
Yeah.
people, like businesses, pay thousands upon thousands of pounds for market researchers and focus groups and stuff. And I'm like, I don't need that. I can just talk to my friends.
Yeah. That's the best.
If it makes them happy, then it makes me happy.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of EMB, how's everything down south in London?
Um, it's good. I mean, we have a lot going on actually. I
Really?
think, yeah. So we have a reunion. We did like a digital season when sort of when COVID first lifted, and we were first able to do rehearsals and things. We
Hmm.
started sort of getting back into shape and training, and then started on a digital season where we got 5 choreographers, which did 5 new pieces for the company, and that was really interesting to have the range of
choreographers.
Yeah, like the range of styles. There's like a little bit sort of Balanchine style. There's completely like abstract Russell Malafont piece. There's Ariel, who's done like a brand new, sort of, I don't know how to describe it, almost like a black and white, like they're all wearing like tuxedos, like slick back hair, and it's very kitsch,
stylish,
like quirky.
Yeah,
I think is the word I'm looking for. You have to watch it, you really do. But there's like a whole range, and there's some really amazing stuff. So we're re-rehearsing that to put it on in the reunion program, hopefully, which should happen
in June.
In I think it's June.
I think it's June because we're also performing something in June as well.
Oh, what are you guys
We're
doing
waiting
in
for the
June?
government announcement.
Yeah. No, it all.
The whole UK is waiting for that.
Yeah, and it was sad. We managed to get. We missed all our rehearsals. We did all the preparations for Nutcracker, and then sadly, I think
I know
the very day that we were supposed to start, we went into tier 3.
That must be so sad for all the company members and the staff and backstage workers.
Yeah, it was a solemn day. I think as soon as that information dropped, there was just this sort of a bit of kind of a grey like cloud that descended a little bit, and just the energy in the building just was a bit. Oh
God!
You'd see people in the corridor, and you'd sort of lock eyes with them and be like, yeah.
Because everyone practiced for so long and like worked so hard.
Yeah, especially for this, because it is usually the Nutcracker is usually the piece, especially for the girls, is so challenging, and the guys actually, not just the girls.
It's a good practice though.
Because we practice for so long, but also it's such like a hard thing, like cardio, stamina wise. Girls have like guests straight into Snowflake. Okay, we didn't have guests this year, but normally we'd have guests. Yeah. And snowflakes and flowers and all the divertisement and Spanish and Russian and all this stuff. And so there's so much that gone into it and so much apprehension, I think, because it is a real, you do psych yourself up for it.
Yeah.
And then it didn't happen. So I think we all just want to get back on stage because it's been, definitely over a year now. I don't know when our last performance, the last thing we did was the 70th anniversary gala.
Oh, that was last year, no?
That was last year, yeah. That was the last thing we did.
Wow.
And I remember, like, we had, it was the end of the Colosseum. We have Colosseum season at Christmas, which has Nutcracker, and usually we might have another big one. We had the Corsair as well, and this gala. And there was so much build up to it. And after it was done, everyone just was like, oh, we need a holiday now. And we got one.
A long one. And year.
I take it back. I would, I was like, oh, I would love a holiday now. And it was far longer
than the 2 weeks
I anticipated. I shouldn't have asked for anything like that. I'll never ask for a holiday again.
I just want my weekend, just that.
No, I just want to be back on stage. I think the day that we have, the first curtain call on whatever show it is, and you hear the applause, I'm pretty sure I'll just break down in tears. It'll be so. No, even when we were just rehearsing Nutcracker and I was watching them do the pas de deux, I started to get really emotional. And I'm not the sort of person who gets. Yeah, I'm not usually the sort of person who gets that. And yeah, it was just. I didn't realize how emotional I was about it all. I think I just sort of pushed it all down quite a lot during COVID, just try and like hunker down and get through it. And yeah. I think it's sort of put a lot of things into remission, I guess.
Well, at the end of the podcast, do you have any special stuff that it's happening with your ballet skirt by Lucinda? Any new model that you like to chat to the audience about?
Ooh, what can I reveal?
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, so we have like a lot of new ready to wear things, because we realized that because there was so many options, we needed some solid pieces which we could have like ready made up to send out straight away. And so we could if someone needs something for a photo shoot last minute, or someone needs something for an audition or a class, so we could get that to them really quickly. So I mean, that's always there, and it's growing and ever changing. So it's one of those things that I think you just need to keep checking back and see all the new ready to wear styles, almost a bit like Yumiko. They have like their monthly ready to wear. Also, we have a special collaboration coming up with Floral Buns, which is a lovely, originally actually a customer of ours, which I spoke to for a long time. We sort of learned all about her business, and she makes these floral bun garlands, which are really beautiful with like some sparkles in them. They're all like roses, and you tie them around your bun, and they're really, really sweet. So we are going to do a little Easter collection.
So is it on the skirt
SAB
or?
skirt. So it'll be both. It'll be like a combo sort of deal. So
I see.
That you get a SAB skirt, like a velvet one, and then a matching bun flower, which would be is so cute. Honestly, it's so sweet.
Perfect for
I'm really
Easter.
excited about that. It's perfect for Easter, perfect for the bank holiday, and hopefully when stuff starts opening up again, and it'll just be like a nice little treat, I guess.
Yeah, show off the outfit.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. And there's so first we have all these new lycras that make the SAB skirt range, which should be going on, in the next couple of weeks, like maybe a little bit more muted. I'm gonna say maybe more mature colors, because I realized that a lot of them people don't want like really bright colors. They want maybe something a bit more, grown up, a little bit more mature. So like some nice nudes, some nice pinks, and some casual things. There's also some very big things in research and development which I cannot talk about, but I can say that it's happening soon. So
watch the space.
Watch this space. I can't reveal it. This is a secret that's too big. That's one I like. I'm gonna make a big deal about it when we finally reveal it. But
that'll be amazing.
Yeah, hopefully in the next.
I think your audience can't wait for that when they hear there's something big happening.
Yeah, I think that's always, we try and keep it fresh.
Well, that's important because your audience is always there and they always see the same thing, then they won't be interested,
No, I mean, also I think I get bored if I keep it the same for too long. It's almost like it's a constant project. I like to keep new things happening. It keeps me busy.
Well, that's amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, thank you so much for asking me to do it, and hopefully I'll get to talk to some of your lovely listeners soon. Love to. If anyone actually does come and visit Ballet Skirts by Lucinda, the website, please send me a message. Tell me that you've listened to the podcast. I'd love to hear it, and hopefully I didn't bore you too much.